All right, so hopefully you're having a fabulous day here today. So today we got a fun one. This is actually a really cool thing. So out of every month we've ever seen for this game, I'm actually very curious on how this month, I was very curious on how this month would turn out. I saw the revenue recently. I'm like, okay. I'm curious what you think. So this is the revenue counting the AOT collaboration and counting for just JP only. Hell plus part of AOT, like a week of AOT, and the rest was a lane. So it's mainly a lane and hell for JP. For global, it's pure just a lane and AOT. So the revenue, what should it be? Let's find out right now. If you're new to the channel, like and subscribe, it helps out a ton. Let's hop over there and let's check it out. So we have the full-blown revenue report over here. This is going to be a very fun one to crop because this is just, there's so much information kind of compiled in this one screen that it is hell to kind of crop. So we'll see how this turns out and how I do it, but for the most part, you want to check numbers together? Let's check it. So if you don't already know, Honkai Star Rail recently released, they are doing wonderful, all right? For the first few months of the game, they have been popping off. Yes, we're in the red over here, but they did so good last month that they have to hit the red point at some point, right? Next, two new games that recently launched over here. Rather, the one new game that launched recently over here being Final Fantasy. Yeah, pretty good. Doing good on the revenue. Games that I don't know of over here. Nier Reincarnation of this one. Doing all right. They're maintaining. We have a game. I don't know any of these games, bro. I don't know any of these games. Okay, we're gonna continue onwards. Tower of Fantasy. That's still holding on. Remember that the Genshin killer? Oh, Nick A. Yes, the game that I covered doing 31 million. Nier absolutely covered the revenue doing 31 million. So remember, usually in a gacha game when a collaboration is that hyped, you're gonna kind of destroy in revenue. Remember, 31 million compared to their measly 20 and 15 million. I know I'm saying measly, but for them, it was a very bad number being 15 million and 20 million, but the Nier collaboration brought them money, baby. Two outstanding units, both had costumes, both had so much stuff. It was nuts. So that's how you do a collaboration. You release characters that don't suck balls. Okay, Netmarble. Beyond that, we have Blue Archive, we have Epic 7. Still doing pretty good on the revenue side of things. We have 70S Grand Cross, baby. There we go. $2.4 million on the JP side of things. Keep in mind, it's a few days of hell and a lane mostly. What the fudge? So mostly that's all the lanes revenue plus, like, I think, when did it launch? Let's verify right now. It launched on Wednesday, which was the 25th. So the 25th, 26th, nope, I'm stupid. That's October, I'm counting. So it launched on the 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th. So that's about 4 days worth of hell revenue, which it's not like the most, but a lot of people do whale day one, so it's kind of a lot in there. But I am curious what happens next month for mainly JP and then global side of things, because remember, October is just pure Hell Festival and Halloween. But for the most part, it shows you, look how bad global did. So global popped off with a fat 2 milli. For a collaboration, that is abysmal. That is treacherous. That is disgusting. Have to realize this was the Demon King, right? He did 4 million for global, right? This was tier. If your tier character is selling the same amount a collaboration that waited 3 years to return, that is abysmal. One of these months, I think the 4 million over here on the very end, which might get cropped out, that 4 million over here is Naofumi. One of the other 4 million somewhere here is actually jobless. So it goes to show you, AOT just didn't have people spending. They didn't care. It's like, you can't release characters that are very much mid for people to pull. They're not going to pull. Or rather, they'd pull the one copy and give up. Like, I can guarantee you, I can count on, like, that many people that said, I'm not picking Eren at the 600. I'm just going to pick Mikasa if I don't have her and just use her PvE unit. I'm not going for Eren. I'm not going to buy Eren's cosmetics. Whales that I talked to just didn't care for him. And again, it's just, that's how it is, right? They're both, like, okay characters. You have to realize, like, Rudy in every PvE content is great. Now, look at Levi and look at Eren. They kind of were PvP-oriented characters, though they didn't excel over there. But in PvE, you simply don't need them, correct? Yes, there is that one team in Hero Arena right now, but that's still a PvP-oriented content, right? So Rudy solos a lot of the content here and there. He's a very good, demonic beast killer here and there. He actually works. He works on OG Demon very well. He's a very good, boss killer on any sort of boss that releases. He's very good on final boss and stuff like that. So for the most part, you see where he excels. The other character, right, G-Lane, however you say it, She also does very good in all PvE content, even though she's PvP restricted because of the cancel stance that comes in clutch a lot of the time. So you have to look at it. There's a lot of characters that have that, you know, capabilities, but it's a shocker to me that you know, it didn't do as great, right? It didn't, personally speaking. Like you can clearly see over here, 4 million, 4 million. And if I were to go through these, a lot of these months, one of these is jobless. I think one of the 4 millions is jobless. One of the 2 millions over here is I think Roxy. I think Roxy is this one over here, and this was jobless afterwards, and that's how they did it, correct? Because if this is, it's either one of these two is jobless, correct? Because I think Tier was after, then Fez, maybe jobless here, and then Annie. I don't remember exactly, but it's around that time. It's around there. So one of these months of it, but this is definitely Roxy. I remember that much. So that's there. And if you don't already know, Netmarble's other game, Ni no Kuni, is still doing great. 1.7 to 400,000 on both versions. We have this over here, by the way, Tower of God New World, their brand new game that just launched. Again, 2 months ago. 3 million, 8 million, and 4 million. So they're still doing very good on that game. They are making a lot of revenue. So for an idle game and whatnot, I think that month, was there anything good released? It was an okay month, right? There were some good units in there. I'm currently playing that game on my other channel, but for the most part, I think that now the revenue is going to drop a lot because there's a collaboration coming soon. They just announced it, right? We don't know what it is. People are speculating it's like a Netmarble IP because Netmarble likes to collaborate with their own IP, but it's some sort of collaboration. We'll find it out. It releases in November, by the way, which is only next month. So people are already starting to save. So this month will probably not have any revenue. No one's going to summon for the characters that are releasing. We are getting a sort of festival in 2 weeks, so that game should it's gonna probably do like 3 million again. I think that's what they're gonna hold it, but it goes to show you that even Ni no Kuni and Tower of God, I'm thinking that Tower of God will drop to like 3 million. It shows you that 70S Grand Cross is still for an IP that is not that big. Don't think 70S is not a big IP by any means, but it's still racking in for a bad month. For a bad month, by the way, $4.4 million for a month that was pretty solid. 6.6 or $6.5 million, right? For a month that was an OC character, had nothing to do with Grand Cross. $4.5 million. For a month that was a festival, $7.5 million. Like, it's pretty good revenue. You can't tell me it's not. It's actually pretty good revenue. So for the most part, yeah, I think that they're cooking still for what the game is. Can't wait for another Grand Cross is dying comment. Gotta love that one. But yeah, they're still doing great on the revenue side of things. Yes, we all want stuff out of the game, but hopefully they understand. And I really hope that they realize that Grand Cross is still a cash cow. Stop letting the cow just die, bro. Literally, look at how much money the game is making. Look in comparison to Danmaki, Battle Chronicle, which, by the way, I am not expecting this game to last that long. I'm not. After this month, it's gonna plummet because players are quitting left and right. They are milking the game dry. They're not doing good here. Eminence of Shadow also has been dropping for a while now, actually. There's other games here that recently released that are dying. Not to be that guy, I like Black Clover. Still, the game is okay. It just has a lot of issues. I think that they I don't know, in my opinion, the devs on Black Clover are more focused on their other game than they are focused on Black Clover. So, like, the content has just been dry as hell. But they're already cutting down to 400k. And I'll have you know, 400k is like a shutdown, like, amount of money. That's how bad 400k is, right? And it's like, oh no, it's 400k on JP. The Slime game, I'm pretty sure, still makes more money. Slime is Sky Memories, and that's Slime, bro. Black Clover is a pretty big IP. So maybe Global has to carry the revenue there, but they are doing abysmal for what it is, right? I think Julius was like the hype unit over here that released and got 1 million. If Julius is releasing and getting 1 million, you're over. And if your game is out, there's another little gripe with the game I have. 5 months of the game, and we don't even have like a lore Asta being broken. I don't want another seasonal Asta. I just want a broken Asta. You know what I mean? It's like we have so many Meliodases, they can't release one freaking Asta, bro. But yeah, that's getting off topic there. But the game is still fine. I wonder if it's ever releasing globally. They dropped the ball on that aspect of it. But for the most part, that's the revenue. Let me know what you think.